Okay, you'll be taking quite a bit of notes today, so you'll need to get a sheet of paper to write down all this content, this detail. We're going to be covering the checks and balances, the specific checks and balances each branch has to police other branches. Okay, so just to recap, the U.S. Constitution is based on a system of separation of power and checks and balances. What are these two principles, and why did the framers of the Constitution believe they were necessary? This is review from previous notes. Again, review through branches of government. The legislative branch, Congress, has power to make law. Executive branch, President, and its bureaucracy has the power to carry out law. And judicial branch, the Supreme Court and lower courts, has the power to interpret law. So, legislative checks, the policing power that Congress has, in this case, over the executive branch, the president and their bureaucracy. Controlling funding for the branch, meaning the power of the purse. You need to get all of these details written into your notes. Refusing to pass a bill that the president wants. Passing a law over the president's veto, which is called overturning the veto. Investigating the executive branch. Impeaching and removing a president. Refusing to approve a president's appointment, that's the Senate's power only. And refusing to ratify a treaty that the president has signed. Again, that's a Senate-only power. Each of these bullet points needs to be written into your notes. It's a lot of detail, but every detail matters. Legislative branch, Congress, checks or polices the court system, the federal court system, judicial branch, by impeaching and removing a judge if they are found to be doing improper or illegal activities. Refusing to confirm a judge nominated by the president, that's a Senate power only. Each of those checks of the legislative branch on the judicial branch need to be written into your notes. And now the executive checks, the power of the president and his bureaucracy has over Congress, over the legislative branch. Vetoing a bill passed by Congress, issuing an executive order that goes against what Congress wants. Again, those need to be written into your notes, each of those bullet points. And then the executive branch has the power to police the judicial branch by nominating judges who will interpret his or her policy favorably. Refusing to enforce a decision made by the courts. Again, those need to be written into your notes, each of those bullet points. And then the judicial branch, the court system, including the Supreme Court and lower federal courts, has policing power or check power over the Congress by declaring laws passed by Congress unconstitutional. If a law is passed and it doesn't match up with the Constitution's guidelines, the courts can declare it unconstitutional, and that law is no longer effective. And the judicial branch, the court system, can check the executive branch by declaring an executive order and other executive actions as unconstitutional. And those actions then therefore are officially illegal. So, practice. Congress passes a bill decriminalizing marijuana. The president vetoes the bill. Can he do this? Why or why not? Oops, that's interesting. The Supreme Court uncovers evidence that the president has committed fraud. They hold a trial, find the president guilty, and impeach him. Can the court do this? Why or why not? The Senate refuses to ratify a treaty that the president has negotiated with Mexico. Can they do this? Why or why not? A state passes a law banning marriage between people of different races. The law is challenged in the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court rules that the law is unconstitutional because it violates the 14th Amendment. Can they do this? Why or why not? The President issues a budget proposal that calls for increased spending on education. Congress passes their own budget that cuts education spending. Can they do this? Why or why not?